And you know, when you're watching these big games, the likes of Arsenal taking on Chelsea, they attract the big names as well. And it's a sort of place where you never know who's walking past the studio. Yaya Touré is in the house. Yaya, welcome. Very pleased to see you. Daniel, how much is this pair worth, do you think, in the transfer market
we're talking at least 300 to 500 million right here. Come on, man, these two.
How does it divvy up?
These two are legends, come on.
Yaya, what did you think of that today?
I think the first half was okay. It was quite okay, good games, but I feel a bit disappointed in the end, you know, because we want to see flourish games, right? Fluid games, passing, attacking, scoring chances. But at the end of the day, we see 3 goals by set pieces. For a derby, a bit strange. Yeah.
But does it matter if you're Arsenal and you're just trying to win your first title for 22 years?
Yeah, I think so, to be honest. I don't know, but yeah, I think so. Because winning today was obviously really, really important for Arsenal. But as a fan, I should, you know, I want to see more, you know.
What do you think, Patrick?
What really matters is the 3 points. It is really important for them. And of course, when you look at the game a little bit more deeper, scoring 2 goals on the set pieces, and it wasn't really open games. You expected Arsenal to go a little bit more forward. Obviously, Chelsea has a massive and a big part of the game because they were quite well organized defensively. So it was quite difficult for Arsenal to create chances. But of course, when you are top of the Champions League table, you are top of the league table, you are in a final in a cup, and you're still in a FA Cup competition. So the expectation is higher, and you expect more from this Arsenal Football Club. And today, yes, on the side of the game, creating, going forward, taking risk, and I am a little bit disappointed, but the matters is, for them, is to win, taking the 3 points, and I think they did it well today. And
disappointed with which bit? With the style of football particularly, or that risk bit?
It's not about the style, because I think the style can be as well the fact that they didn't win the title for so long. So there is maybe a little bit of frustration and stress, because you want to do so well that you are not taking the risk that you are taking in the start of the season. So looking at where they are, and a little bit of nervousness, a little bit of stress, a little bit of pressure can have an impact on their games. But I believe that there is enough experience, there is enough quality, there is enough personality for them to go on the field and to go to win the game. And I think today, set pieces make the difference.
They certainly seem to put their fans through it, Daniel, don't they? They don't do things easily.
Yeah, but I think is stopping them. You know, we could talk about the roller coaster in terms of performances and how they go about winning games. I think the entertainment value sometimes isn't there, but football's a game about winning, right? That's what you want to do. Yeah. So I think it's about how do you stop them being great at what they're great at. Clearly, set pieces is an area that they've worked on tirelessly. You got to have the players to be pinpoint deliverers of crosses. Then you need the aggressive players in the box. They've got all the tools for the players who want to have the first contact. All of them are aggressive in the box. And then when you talk about an open play, of course, they've got many ways to win games, but it seems as if set pieces is the one that works the best for them right now.
Yeah.
So use that to your advantage.
Yeah, I think they did well. Since the beginning of the season, they've always been doing well. I don't want to be too much rush, right? And I think Arsenal now, they just had it, right? This season, I think I hope they're gonna end up good, but as a Man City fans, you know, I think we are there, we're still behind them again. I hope they will show at some point, but let's see.
Because it's in Arsenal's hands, yeah, but it's also in Manchester City's hands, because the fact that they play each other and they have this game advantage. We can actually show you the fixtures that both have left. How do you see this then, Yaya, in these closing stages?
Yeah, I think it's incredible how those two title of the leagues doing this year is incredible, especially Man City being struggled at some point in the beginning of the season, and now they're coming back very strongly.
And they've won 4 on the bounce. Then it's Forest midweek. Then West Ham United before the Carabao Cup final. Do you think that could be a significant game? The fact they are playing each other in that final.
Yeah, I think it can be a turning point, right? Because for me, I'm opinion if Man City win that game, it will be big. Can be something, psychologically for Arsenal very strong, right? But I hope Man City is going to win the game because that one is going to be significantly for the rest of the season.
Can I ask you both? When you talk about your experiences that you've had, you've both been very successful legends of the game, like I talked about earlier on. From your experiences, Patrick, for you in 2004, your experience of maybe not winning the league for a few years and then going over the line from that psychological perspective, and for you, Yaya, similar, but in the sense of when Manchester City were always coming back to win the titles, what was that like psychologically?
Well, I think, of course, sometimes depends on the character of the player. For example, the first time when we win the league with Man City 2012, or before that, when we win the FA Cup, I think psychologically sometimes it's difficult when you have an opponent behind you who pressure you a lot. For example, when you take an example now with Arsenal and Man City just fighting all the way, and the second one is, it's not that easy. And when you see as well your opponent like a Man City, you can leave them space, because if you, for example, make a mistake or you lose or you draw, they're going to come right at you. And you have to be strong mentally, of course, but have that sense of, like Patrick was saying, for them it's important to win those kind of games because, you have to understand that as Chelsea, that was always a big role of Arsenal and the London derby. And I think Arsenal have to keep it going, doing that because otherwise it's going to cost them something because Man City, for me, they're really going to be Man City, right? They're always going to try to finish strongly in the end. But let's see. I hope Man City will win,
but you're not sure. Do you remember, Patrick, the first one being different, in terms of that pressure and that psychological aspect that Daniel's referring to, that challenge of getting over the line for the first time?
And of course, there's a pressure. The pressure as a team, you want to do well, but there's a outside noise as well that you have to manage, you have to control. And I think when you're looking at Pep talking about Arsenal and saying that Arsenal is the best team at the moment, that is as well putting a pressure on the shoulder of Arsenal Football Club. And that is part of the game as well. But it will be really important, and especially when you get to the end of the season like that, there's a key games that you have to win. And it doesn't matter if you play well or bad. And I think today's games was one of them. But the key moment, I think, will be the game between Manchester City and Arsenal. I think that will be the decided game because when you're looking at after that game, you expect both the games of the season. So for me, the key moment and the important moment will be that game.
Who's playing the best football, Yaya, of the two?
William, your song echoing around the stadium, how hard-earned was that?
Today it was not an easy game against a top team. We should not concede the goal before the half line, but we did well the second half to score in set pieces with a beautiful goal of JT. And now we have to keep going, and we are so happy to win today in front of our fans.
I've not heard this song for a little while. It's a catchy one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good, especially after a good win like this. So, yeah.
Man City is coming back well. Arsenal were doing well. After that, the struggle, I think they drew against. I watched some games, especially on Emirates as well.
Drew a couple recently.
Yeah,
Brentford,
yes, Wolves as well. That one cost them a bit and give them a bit of doubt, to be honest. Because when I see the players, express themselves, and as well, you have to understand that Odegaard, the captain, is brilliant, right?
You don't know when he's going to be back.
Yeah, I think for me, he's a huge miss because between the line is moving very well. He can, you know what I mean?
You can see he's a Barcelona.
No, because I love that type of game, that type of approach. When you play games, we need to be, because I feel like the player sometimes I be locked in the brain, right? Just I don't want to make mistakes. Maybe if I lose the ball, can cost the team something. I want the player to be more open. Of course, it's the game. We enjoy the fans part of it.
And the manager will tell you the best game is to get a result. So it's always a balance, I believe, to find between result and the performance. But if you compared Arsenal and Manchester City, I think Manchester City going through a difficult period, but they're always going to keep the philosophy. I think the way that they're going to play, try to build up from the back, that is part of the DNA. And even if they're going through a difficult period, they are staying with kind of philosophy. Arsenal going through a difficult period, they are capable of adapting themselves at how they are feeling at the moment. If they are missing players, they may going to treat some of the tactical aspect of the game. I think that is kind of the differences between the two clubs.
To add on that, I think for me, Man City is playing the better games. For me, they're the best
In
team
terms of
because
style?
time of experience, in terms of approaching the games. Yesterday, the games they play against Leeds, it's not easy, very difficult. I watched the game carefully and I see that Leeds have that momentum, but Man City just with calmness, with control, with understanding, and they're really good, right? For me, I think that's gonna go into the end. For me, in my opinion, and for me, I remember Man City are playing better games.
You said they're playing better football. You said they hope they win. Are they going to win? Are they going to win the title, Man City?
Yes, I definitely want it.
Okay.
I definitely want it.
You didn't play it. You say it like it is. Okay.
We better let you go quietly and don't repeat that outside this studio. Thank you so much for coming to see us.
Guys. Thank you very much.
Pleasure to
It's
see
been
you.
a pleasure.
Absolute giant of the game, Yaya Touré, popping in to our studio here.
Fresh off the final whistle of Arsenal versus Chelsea, the studio lights up as Yaya Touré joins Patrick Vieira for a no-holds-barred breakdown of the title race. With emotion still running high, Touré drops a bold prediction that's guaranteed to get fans talking. He believes Manchester City will go all the way this season. The chemistry between two Premier League legends makes for must-watch TV, as they dissect the key moments, tactical battles, and what this result really means for the chasing pack. From Arsenal's missed opportunities to Chelsea's flashes of promise, nothing is off the table as the debate heats up in the studio. Vieira brings the calm, analytical edge, while Touré keeps it real with the mindset of a former champion who knows what it takes to win when the pressure is on. Love it or hate it, this is one of those football conversations that pulls you right into the drama of the title race, and you'll probably find yourself picking a side by the end.